Hello, Math 254 class. This is Keith New. I am going to be your instructor this summer for linear algebra. And I want to talk a little bit about the class and the grading policies and the syllabus. Okay, so I'm going to pull up the syllabus so I can look at it to discuss it a little bit. All right, now this is an online class. And I'm looking at the syllabus. I did put my email address at the very top of the page, and that's probably the best way to contact me. Now let me talk about what's required for the course. If you look online, you can see that there's a textbook that says Linear Algebra and its Applications 5th edition by the author Lay. But I'm going to make your textbook optional. Now the one thing that is not optional is the student access code with MyMathLab. So you're going to need to buy the student access code. You can buy the textbook, but the textbook is optional. You need the access code, though, to do online homework, quizzes, and tests. And you also can get access to the ebook if you have the student access code. So really the access code is everything you need. But if you want to have a physical textbook, that's fine too. And I did give you the course ID for the course. Now, what do you do with the access code? Well, that's what you use to do the online homework. The very first thing that I would do if I were you is register for MyMathLab. Now, if you look at the class under important links, one of the important links says MyMathLab. So if you click on MyMathLab, it'll take you to a Pearson website. And when you're ready to register for the course, this is to do the homework, and I would do this the very first day because you don't have time to get behind. I would click on Student under Register, and they're going to tell you that you need three things: an email address, your instructor's course ID. That is on the front page of the syllabus. And it's going to start with NEU, and it's going to have some numbers after it. And you also need the access code. Now, you can buy the access code directly online from the website. And I think all of the steps for registering are self-explanatory. Just click on OK, register now, and then it's going to ask you to enter the course ID. You enter that NEU thing that's on the syllabus, and it'll guide you through it step by step. So I think the registration steps are kind of easy. But I did include some registration instructions for MyMathLab under Getting Started. So if you're confused at all, go to registration instructions for MyMathLab and then click on MyMathLab under important links. And that will allow you to register for the course. All right. Now you want to remember to keep your password and login name. And I would write them down somewhere because you're going to need to enter the login name and the password every time you do homework. And every time you do homework, you go to important links and click on MyMathLab and enter your login name and password. And anytime you go into the classroom, the way you do homework is click on the class, and it'll say Linear Algebra Summer 2018. And on the in the upper left-hand corner, you're going to see something that says Assignments. And if you click on Assignments, then you'll see all the homework assignments and also their corresponding due dates. All right. So I would do that first. Register for MyMathLab, and there are instructions there. Okay, now let me say something about the homework. The homework is worth 20% of your grade, okay? And if you look at the syllabus, it's on page 2. I'll talk about the homework. By the way, the course ID is NEU 54552 if you don't want to look it up, if you're right in the middle of getting registered. So 20% of your grade will consist of the online homework. I'm also going to put online quizzes on MyMathLab. So you go to the exact same website, but you're going to be able to find the quizzes right next to the homework. The online quizzes are going to be 5% of your total grade. So the homework is 20%, the online quizzes are 5%. Now we're also going to have 4 discussion topics throughout the semester. And I've put the due dates for the discussion topics on the course calendar. And it actually says class schedule. It's under the Getting Started block, but down there under class schedule, you just click on that Word document and it's going to give you all the due dates for everything in the course. All right. So for example, Forum 1 is due on July 1st. Test 1 is due on July 5th. Okay. But let me get back to the syllabus. Okay, so all of the 4 discussion forums together are going to be worth 10% of your grade. Okay, so far, homework 20%, quizzes 5%, forums 10% of your grade. And basically, I'm just going to post a topic, and I'm going to ask every one of you to participate in the class. I'm going to ask you to give a thoughtful answer to my question, maybe respond to some of your other classmates, and then I'm going to grade it. It's not going to be that difficult. So that's 10%. Now, the next component of your grade consists of the 3 regular tests. And again, the dates of all the regular tests are on the class schedule, and that's under the Getting Started block. But I'm going to give you 3 regular tests, and each test is 15% of the total grade. So all 3 regular tests together are worth 45% of the total grade. And there's also a final exam, which is worth 20% of the overall grade. Okay, you have to take the final exam. It is comprehensive. And every one of the quizzes that I mentioned before will prepare you for the tests. There are a total of 4 quizzes, and 3 of them are for the 3 regular tests. The last one is for the final exam. But I want to talk just a little bit about ProctorU also. So if you look on the syllabus on page 3, under Bulletin Point 4, under Requirements, it says 3 regular tests will be given throughout the semester. Unlike the MyMathLab homework and quizzes, the 3 regular tests will be proctored tests. So we're going to be using what's called ProctorU, online proctoring service, for both the 3 regular tests and the final exam. Not for the quizzes or the homework, just for the 3 regular tests and the final exam. And I've given you several handouts under the Getting Started block. I want you to read the instructions for registering for a test for ProctorU well in advance of the very first test due date, which is July 5th. So the tests are all going to be due at midnight Central Time. The first one is due July 5th. But I would strongly recommend that you read over the directions for registering for tests for ProctorU. Don't wait till, even 3 days before the test is due. And when you register for a test, you're going to need a camera on your computer. You're going to need a microphone, a photo ID, and also you want to use Chrome as your browser to be able to use ProctorU. But make sure you read over those directions. Now, I know that you have to register at least 3 days in advance of the due date of the test. So the first test is due July 5th. You have to register at least 3 days before that. Now, if you're a little bit late, they're going to charge you a fee, but I don't think you want to get charged a fee. So read over the instructions for ProctorU. By the way, if you have any questions about the class, including the content or technology or any of the how I'm going to grade how I'm going to come up with your grade, ask the question in the very first forum. If you look at important links, the important links block, one of them says ask your instructor. And if you click on ask your instructor, you'll see a picture of me without the glasses, but it'll say something like, in this forum, you can ask any question you like at any time during the semester. So if you're confused about anything, how to register for MyMathLab, anything to do with ProctorU, but mostly I meant that to be a forum for content questions on the material. Go ahead and post a question. Just keep in mind that if you post something in that forum, it's going to be read by other students. And that's really not a bad thing, because I think if one of you has a question about material, the rest of you might be confused too, or at least some of the rest of you. So just keep that forum in mind. It's under important links, and it's called Ask Your Instructor. So any question you want to ask me, just ask me in that forum. All right. And I think I did mention that the final exam is comprehensive, and it is worth 20% of your overall grade. And there will be no late assignments accepted in the course. The course is very, very quick. We're only going to be working for a month. So you cannot afford to be late on anything. So I'm not going to accept any late assignments, with the exception of a late assignment that occurred because you had to attend a university event. Okay. And by the way, I will update all of your grades. There will be a grade book, but it's going to be in My Math Lab. So don't look in Moodle for your grade. Your overall grade is going to be posted in My Math Lab. And remember, every time you want to do homework, um, the way you get to the homework is click on My Math Lab under Important Links. And you're going to have to enter your login name and password every time, and then enter into our class. And you're going to see a menu in the upper left-hand corner, and one of them will say Assignments. But there also is a link that says Gradebook, and it'll give you your overall grade in the class. So every time you take a test, I'm going to try to update your grade, and the homework and the quiz grade ought to be updated automatically. All right. Now, what I suggest you do is follow the class schedule fairly closely. So let me open up the class schedule under Getting Started. Now, the very first section that we cover is section 1.1, and that's June 27th. That's the first day of class. If you look at the calendar, we cover about one section every day, but I'm counting weekends too. So what I would do if I were you on the very first day is read the PowerPoints for section 1.1, and those are under the block that's headed sections 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3. Look over the PowerPoints. For most of the sections, I've worked out 2 or 3 problems from that section that are similar to the homework problems that you're going to have to do on My Math Lab. So I think it would benefit you greatly if you looked at the problems that I worked out maybe before you did the homework assignments. And I think those videos will be more useful than the PowerPoint. Some of the PowerPoints are a little complicated, but hopefully the videos will help you. And I'm also going to post some extra videos from maybe Khan Academy or online for you to look at for extra material. Okay. Okay, so hopefully that just about covers everything. Now, if you have any questions at all, I want you to make sure that you email me right away, or just click on the Ask Your Instructor icon under Important Links, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I'm always going to respond to your emails or discussion forums within a day or two, because you absolutely cannot get behind in this course. But keep your eye out on the calendar, because all the due dates for everything that's graded is on the calendar. But typically, we're going to cover about one section a day. Read over the PowerPoints first, look over the videos that I've given you, especially the videos where I work the problems. And then when you're ready to do the homework, click on My Math Lab under Important Links, and it'll take you into the classroom on the other website. All right? But always keep your eye out for the tests that are coming up. We're going to have 3 regular tests and then a final exam. So read over the ProctorU instructions. Make sure that you schedule your test at least 3 days in advance of the actual due date. Okay, and I'll probably give you about an hour and a half or 2 hours for the tests. And if I have any other information for you that I forgot to put on this video, I will email you. So good luck in the class, and let me know if you have any issues.